Almost all of us have used an AI tool like ChatGPT, right? Use it to brainstorm, maybe get a little help with an email, or even figure out some homework. But have you ever actually stopped and wondered what those three letters, G, P, and T, really stand for? And today, we're going to pull back the curtain and unpack exactly what they mean letter by letter.
It matters because this technology is, well, it's everywhere. It's in the chatbots that answer your questions, the tools that whip up social media posts, and the software that can summarize a huge document in seconds. GPT is the foundation for so much of the AI we touch every single day. All right, first up, the letter G. They generate stuff. So, the G for generative means the AI isn't just a super-powered search engine that finds information already out there. No, it's a creator. It takes all the patterns it's learned from a mind-boggling amount of data and actually produces brand new, totally original text, images, you name it. It's making, not just finding.
Now for the P, this stands for pre-trained. And the craziest part, it all happens way before you ever type a single word into the chat box.
Take a look at this number, 175 billion parameters. That's how many parameters were in the GPT-3 model. You can kind of think of parameters as the tiny little knobs and dials inside the model's brain that it uses to make decisions. It's basically a measure of just how complex and powerful it is.
Pre-trained means the model has already gone through this massive, unsupervised learning boot camp. I mean, imagine giving it a digital library with a giant chunk of the entire internet, all the books, all the websites, all the articles, and just telling it, go figure it out. Its only job is to read everything and learn the patterns of human language all by itself.
T is for a transformer. This is the real game changer. If G is what it does and P is how it learns, T is the architectural magic that makes the whole thing possible. The transformer was first introduced in this huge landmark paper back in 2017 by some researchers at Google. You gotta love the title, Attention is All You Need.
See, older models, these things called RNNs, had to read a sentence one word at a time. It was slow, and worse, they'd often forget what the beginning of a long sentence said by the time they got to the end. But the transformer? It looks at the entire sentence all at once. This parallel processing is not only way faster, but it means it can see all the deep, complicated relationships between all the words, no matter how far apart they are.
So how in the world does it process everything at once without just getting totally confused? The answer is this incredible mechanism that is the absolute heart and soul of the transformer. It's called self-attention, and this is basically how the model thinks.
The best way to think about it is like a detective investigating a word. To understand what the word "it" means in a sentence, that detective has to look at all the other words for clues. While self-attention is what allows the model to do that instantly for every single word at the same time. It figures out which other words are most important for context, and it kind of blends all their meanings together to get the full story.
Here, this is a perfect example of it in action. In the sentence, the FBI is chasing a criminal on the run. When the model looks at the word chasing, that self-attention mechanism just knows that FBI and criminal are the most important words to pay attention to. It gives them more weight, more importance, so it understands who is doing the chasing and who's being chased. It's not just seeing words in a line, it's seeing a whole web of relationships.
So, how does it actually calculate which words matter most? Here's a pretty simple way to picture it. Imagine every word is a person at a party. One word sends out a query, which is like it asking a question, like, hey, who here is the main subject of the sentence? Then, every other word holds up a key, which is like a name tag that says what it is. I'm a noun, or I'm a verb. The model instantly sees which name tags best match the question. It then pays more attention to the value, which is the actual meaning of the words with the best matching name tags. And this whole thing happens for every single word all at once. It's incredible.
And because this core architecture is so good, the technology has evolved at a really dizzying speed. I mean, we went from GPT-1 just proving the concept worked in 2018 to this massive leap with GPT-3 in 2020. And by 2024 with GPT-4o, these models aren't just about text anymore. They can see, they can hear, they can speak in real time. The transformer made all of this acceleration possible.
So, let's just bring it all home. Generative Pretrained Transformer. Generative means it's a creator. It makes new stuff. Pre-trained means it did all its homework on a colossal dataset before we ever met it. And Transformer is that revolutionary architecture, powered by that secret sauce of self-attention, that lets it understand the context of language in a way that just was not possible before.